Hey mate, I know you love learning about these things. So this is the inside of it. So down in that hole, like around the outside, that's where your coil is. And this is, so that's the thing, that the plunger that clicks up and down. This has obviously been wet, it's full of corrosion. That copper plate with the green copper sulfate you can see, so that's the switch, that's essentially the contact that goes up and down, and then it contacts either side, wherever my fucking finger is, either side against those two contacts. So it just fucking makes a connection between those two contacts, and you've got 12 volts on one side here all the time, and it just sends 12 volts to the other side and up to the starter motor. So it's become obvious why why the coil is fucked, or why it's not clicking. Spinning those two, turning the way they were, you would have broken the wire that goes to the coil, which is embedded in or filled with resin. It's resin. They pour resin over it or whatever. There's a copper coil in there. And in fact, I think you can see just on the bottom of that right-hand one, the wire where it's snapped off from fucking turning. They're probably both snapped. So, yeah. Looking at all this now, it does actually make me wonder if mine doesn't turn up in time or something. I might be able to pull the bottom off it. I mean, they're very, very simple. That spring is what returns it. So when the key goes from start back to ignition, that spring opens the contact again, and then electricity, like when the coil fires, it pulls up and contacts across those. Sorry, I thought I'd stopped recording. Yeah, anyway, that's about all I wanted to say. So yeah, it might actually be possible to repair it. I'm not sure. But hopefully this new one will turn up. And I think, so what happens there, instead of the earth, the way that one will be set up, instead of the earth wire going to this one here, you'll just put it up to the bracket. It's just a slightly different setup, and this terminal will become just redundant. I'll put a bit of insulator stuff over it and heat shrink, and it can just sit there. It actually supplies, in a car, it supplies 12 volt to the coil to help it start. Apparently, in older cars anyway, the coils only ran on 7 volts, but they pump 12 volts into them at start to get them, to make them start easier. So yeah, it'll just be a spare terminal that won't have any use, but that won't worry me. It'll look the same. Right, mate. Catch you later. Bye.